Hey everybody, my name is Jeremiah Craig and Yeehaw Cowboy is back on the channel today because they just released a brand new color for their caiman boots. So we're taking a look at the natural color square toe caiman boot from Yeehaw Cowboy. Let's get into it.
Old boots got soul, and I carry on this way and we get better every day.
Alright, so you guys remember, last year, the Yeehaw Cowboy Caiman Tail Black Cherry Snip Toe Cowboy Boot was my favorite. I also got married in that boot. So, Yeehaw Cowboy has a special place for me on this channel, and I'm super excited to see this new color they have available called the natural color, but also taking a look at the square toe because I haven't checked out the Yeehaw Cowboy square toes yet. So let's get into this box and see what we got. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Looking good, looking slick. That color is so cool. I feel like it might come alive on the table. All right, so here is the natural color square toe cowboy boot from Yeehaw Cowboy. It is awesome. I love the gradient here, running from light on the sides to real dark in the middle. It looks spectacular. Wow. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, let's get into the rundown. Okay, so obviously this is a caiman tail boot, as you can see by the little fins here in the middle of the boot, which look great, by the way, and it is the natural color. And it just looks so lifelike. We also have a double stitched wide square toe on this. It's not quite as wide as I know some of you folks out there like. It does have a little bit of a taper towards the end. Up here we have a goat leather shaft with cording and caiman inlay right in the middle here and along the pull tabs as well. Looks awesome. For a heel we got a stacked leather 1.5 inch Stockman heel, which is always good for walking and usually what you see come with the wide square toes with the double stitched well. It's pretty much standard. Down here we have a leather outsole with a ton of brass nails and lemon wood pegs, and of course, since this is a Goodyear welt, if you happen to get a hole in this leather outsole from wearing it all the time, you can get them replaced. Inside we have a cowhide lining all the way through, and it's pretty soft. And for an insole we have a non-removable soft leather insole, so it's lined with leather, and underneath there you got some foam and some good amount of cushion, but it's not like you can take anything out in here. It's in there. So overall I think it's a good looking boot. One thing that I did notice is that they were kind of hasty with the stain along the edge of this outsole, especially on this right boot. The left boot looks pretty clean, but on the right boot you can see some staining of the actual caiman from where they were dyeing the side of this outsole, and it kind of ran up onto the edge where the stitching is as well on the welt. I know some of you guys don't think that that's a big deal, but some of you do, so I feel like it's important for me to share when I notice things like that. The caiman leather also feels pretty dry, so I would recommend that you condition your new boots right when you get them, not just from Yeehaw Cowboy, but from any factory. You should condition your boots right out of the box, just because you don't want to be wearing them around on the first or second day and have them crack, because then you're going to have to send them back and go through the exchange process, and it's really not going to be enjoyable. So make sure, no matter what brand you get, is that you condition your new boots. Now let's try these on and see how they look and feel. Alright, so here is the natural color caiman tail. I think it looks really cool. I love this look. I got the size 10.5D just because I know that the square toe gives me a little bit more room in the boot because I'm technically a 12B. Yeehaw Cowboy does not carry 12Bs or any B widths for men. So I decided to use the little bit extra space that is created by the square toe, so I have a little bit more snug of a fit. A lot of times the 11Ds are too loose for my 12B foot. This is nice and snug, pretty snug around the instep. The arch is definitely not in the right spot, but that's because this boot is made for a 10.5D foot. So, I mean, that is the benefit of definitely going with your size, but they didn't have it, so this does work for me. I'm trying this boot on carpet because it's a brand new boot, so that's what you're gonna wanna do too, because if you have too many scratches and scuffs at the bottom, then you won't be able to return them like you would be able to with a nice mint boot. So make sure that when you're trying on boots, you're trying them on a carpeted area. Here it is from the POV perspective. You can see what it looks like, and these jeans are sort of a slimmer cut. So I probably wouldn't wear these Wrangler Retro jeans on a regular basis with this boot, but it sort of gives you a good idea of what the boot looks like all in all, and to see if it would fit your style of jeans. If you're interested in seeing that Wrangler Retro jeans video, you can check it out above. The leather lining and the insole is really, really nice. I can't say that I like it as much as the snip toe, just because I was able to get the 11D, so it fits me a little bit better, the snip toe. These square toes don't quite fit me as well, but the leather lining is just as soft and it feels great in there. I really like the color of it. It looks great. I feel like you could pretty much pair brown or black, and is in a similar position that black cherry is as a color, where it can pretty much go with anything. I could see me pairing a bunch of different kinds of outfits and jeans with this boot. All in all, I'm a fan of this new natural color from Yeehaw Cowboy in this caiman tail. Caiman is one of my favorite leathers to begin with, so I already liked it right there. It's like aggressive, it's got a little bit of class to it at the same time, and these just really feel like they're gonna come alive on your feet and take you along for the ride. These boots are also made in Leon, Mexico, which is home to expert craftsmen. I just feel like they were a little bit hasty in dyeing the edges of this sole here, because it ran and bled onto the welt a little bit and even stained the caiman skin in some areas. So I just would like to see a little bit more attention to detail to make those edges perfect, especially if you're spending close to $500 on a new pair of boots. These caiman tail boots are coming in at $450 without shipping, but you can chop off $45 of that with my promo code. If you use JCM10 at checkout on yeehawcowboy.com, you can take 10% off your order, which really makes these around $400, which is a great deal for caiman boots. Usually they float around $100 more than that. Also, if you happen to get this caiman tail boot, remember to condition them right after you get them, if you decide to keep them, that is, just because they are pretty dry, and I would hate to see you guys get cracks in your boots after just wearing them for a couple of days and then have to deal with a long drawn out exchange process. But you should really do that with any new boots that you get. Be sure to condition them, because you don't know how long they've been sitting in storage. So overall, huge fan of the color. I wish there was a little bit more attention to detail, but they sure are comfy and they look great. Let me know what you think of the Yeehaw Cowboy boots and this quick impression down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching today. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace.
The natural caimans can come alive and take you along for the ride. What adventure will you find when these caimans come alive? Thank you for watching today. My name is Jeremiah Craig. Don't forget to subscribe while you're here, and check out some awesome videos that I have right over here. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.